years, Canada has become a major destination for Somali refugees looking to build a new life.
All right, Fitzhenley shows us how Somalis are embracing their new home in tonight's World Citizen from Toronto.
T.O, the Queen City, the Six. No matter what nickname you call it, Toronto, Ontario is a city on the move. A metropolitan melting pot of culture and ethnicity. Progressive, diverse, and growing fast. It's the largest city in Canada and the fourth largest in North America. And in the last 10 years, Toronto has seen a spike in residency that has sparked one of the largest increases of condominiums and skyscrapers in the world. But there's way more to Toronto than just steel and glass. It's home to over 200 distinct ethnic groups. Almost half of all Torontonians have their cultural heritage outside of Canada. So it's a city brimming with the world citizen potential. It's Caribana weekend, and people are here from all over the world for the biggest Caribbean festival in North America. But I've come for a different reason. Canada has one of the largest Somali populations in the Western world, and I'm here to explore their culture. And I'm in the Regent Park area, AKA Little Somalia. Just a few miles from the shadows of the downtown skyline, Regent Park is a neighborhood that is home to a growing number of Somali immigrants, all trying to assimilate to a culture very different from their own. So I'm meeting up with supermodel and activist, Somali-born Torontonian Yasmin Warsame, to find out more about her story in this city. You're a supermodel, you're a mother, you're a Torontonian. Tell me about Toronto.
Toronto is a big town. It's a small town. You can literally experience the world in Toronto.
Yasmin has graced the covers of major publications for the last 2 decades. She's also a cultural icon for young Somali women all over the world. I couldn't help but notice how international and how diverse this city is. Mm-hmm. Is there a major Somali hub?
Oh yeah, yes, absolutely. There's a hub for every community here. Mm-hmm. Korean, Polish, Germans, Somalis, Chinese, Indian. They all have their hubs here, and then we're all under this one big umbrella called Canadian.
If there was one thing that you wanted the outside world to know about Somali culture that they might not, what would it be?
Oh my God, how welcoming we are. You know, I think there's a misconception there, but I think we're very, very welcoming society.
Traditionally, Somalis are a nomadic people, made up of family groups that moved throughout the dry lands of East Africa. Most were either traders, merchants, or herders, but all enjoyed the knowledge that no matter where they were welcome at another family's table.
Basically, if you can just go to any country in the world and find a Somali person, and they will not ask you for rent or anything. You can stay with them, you can eat with them, they'll make you a room.
But as welcoming as the Somalis are, the same generosity has not always been shown back to them by the countries they've migrated to or taken refuge in. Take the US, for example. The new administration has recently named Somalia as one of the 6 countries to be placed on the infamous travel ban list. And while there are issues of religious extremism, many experts believe that misconceptions and stereotypes about Somali culture is a big reason why they're on the list.
It's really unfortunate that the small percentage of the wrongdoers, that's what's highlighted, unfortunately, but that doesn't apply to the majority of Somalians.
How do we change that perception about Somali culture? Because it's not, the culture and the stereotype are not the same.
Oh, absolutely not. Somali people are ourselves saying, how do we change this? How do we shift the focus into and highlight the positivity? I think, how do we change that? I think the best way is to get to know someone who's from that continent or that culture. Okay. When was the last time you had buddies and pot?
So to get a taste of the culture, Somali-American celebrity chef Robleh Ali took us to the Dixon housing projects, a place that made headlines because of Toronto's previous mayor and his well-publicized drug issues.
Welcome to Dixon. This square mile is home to over 15,000 Somalis. I have family here. My sister lives in that building. My aunt, my cousins live in that building. Let's check it out.
Dixon is far from the drug-infested layer that some would have you believe it is.
Do you enjoy living around such a high concentration of Somali people in this neighborhood?
Yeah.
But for Robleh's Aunt Saida and her family, it was a long and arduous journey from the arid plains of Somalia to where they live now. I asked, what were some of the biggest challenges they faced?
You had never seen snow until you come to Canada.
People say, oh, welcome to Canada, snow.
As this is my first introduction to Somali life here in Canada, I feel the common thread that holds many cultures together. Family.
Oh, they look happy
So happy.
after a very, very long journey and lots of adjustments.
Yeah, most of them have been to a few countries before they even get to their end place where they're going to be living, whether that's the States or Toronto or anywhere. They take a journey. They
Yes,
really
they
do.
Right, it seems like they always wind up somewhere cold too, which is so different from where they came from.
Exactly. Most Somali immigrants, to be specific, always end up in cold places.
Yeah, in Maine, there's
Yeah.
a big community up there, Central
Right.
Maine, and pretty
So it's
incredible.
weird.
So, wow,
They
yeah,
try
you're
to
right.
get their adjustments, but they end up in a place that's totally different, which may be good for them as well.
Right,
Yeah.
fresh
Something
start.
different.
All right,
All
our
right.
world citizen fits
Thank
in. We
you.
appreciate it. Thank you.